I can't believe you got Jalin Hyatt number 1, Max.
Yeah, me too. No, I see a lot of top end potential with him, and it's mixed in with the biggest college stupid offense. And you can maybe attest to let me jump in. You usually jump in first.
No, go ahead. I think this one we can go anywhere because we got a lot of talked about, and I think the biggest thing is why do you have Jalin Hyatt number 1?
Well, one, he's just got the traits, man. And yeah, he's really light. He's like 180 or 175.
Speed demon.
The 4.4 I thought's a hair slow because he plays faster. Yeah, you can watch the Alabama game. You can and say like, oh, well, that's not realistic. But he's running by these top end guys. Whether you want to admit it or not, there might not be a top 10 corner in Alabama, but all those guys are blue chippers. And it's not him to control. And maybe there's some recency bias when it comes to guys like Christian Watson, who last year I undervalued. And I was like, well, he's running by everybody, and he's in North Dakota State. Well, those guys are running by everybody in the SEC. So that, to me, offhand is going to translate to the NFL. He has a nice comeback route he sets up off the go. Because you're so worried about speed with this guy, right? Yeah. You're so freaking worried this guy's going to run by you. And a lot of the top guys, I would say you're not really worried about as much as him. Like Quentin Johnson, I don't know what he's gonna run. He didn't run at the combine. He's not gonna be faster than Jalin Hyatt. I'm thinking he's more 4.5s. He's not really gonna.
Wow, really?
Quentin Johnson from TCU. Yeah, I don't think he's that fast. I really don't think he's that.
I think he's a 4.4 guy easily.
More closer to the high 4.4s, I'd imagine. But that's my thinking. He really tracks the ball well. He's light, but I like his frame. You know what I mean? I think he could add on 10 pounds of muscle here and there, get in the NFL room. But you want him to be fast.
Yeah.
The things I don't like about him. This college offense is the biggest piece of shit. The biggest piece of dog shit.
It's the biggest piece of dog shit.
It's just like,
that I have ever heard.
Look. And, there's another guy on Tennessee named Cedric Tillman.
Yeah.
Who was very close to making it for me. He was out pretty much the whole year, but he still got the job done without him. I mean, teams knew it was going to Jalin Hyatt. They just couldn't stop him. You didn't see him really play against press that much. A lot of teams are just
Who the fuck would press?
Who would press him? First of all, no one in college plays defense anymore. Two, he's not really the greatest jump ball guy, and the route running is really raw. But I think you can teach route running. People are going to say, oh, some guys have the net. I think he has a natural hip flexibility. He's not that stiff there. So to me, he's just the biggest weapon in this draft, and I'm really valuing like, hey, say what you want about, certain guys. If you can get a guy who can scare you deep and kind of open up the offense, that's valuable. Because it's kind of like we talked about with Tyreek Hill. It's not necessarily that he's going to burn you every play, but the fact that he could, you have to be ready for it anytime. And that, to me, is so valuable in today's NFL. If you pair him with a big arm quarterback, he's going to be really scary.
Yeah.
Like if Green Bay kept Aaron Rodgers, I'd be like, let's go get Jalin Hyatt. Let's go get Christian Watson, Jalin Hyatt. Let's scare some teams.
Well,
this is what he is. He's the scariest guy to me.
Yeah.
Scariest two ways, though, because he's really raw, college offense. He's not really a big jump ball guy. And you don't really get to see him run with the ball in his hands unless he's already behind everybody. Yeah. So he's not the perfect prospect. Let's tell you this, he wouldn't make my top 5 lap. He might sneak into the top 5 from last year. But I also learned my lesson from Christian Watson because you were higher on Christian Watson than I was. Joey was blowing the guy practically. So this guy to me, he's Mike Wallace, a smaller Christian Watson.
Lot to unpack from that. I get what you're saying. Speed kills.
He's explosive athlete too. The vertical, the broad jump. It's all top
He's
level.
A smooth athlete.
Very smooth.
He's not. It's not like it's like wonky speed. You know what I mean? Like out there, he's a smooth glider when he's moving. Mm-hmm. A little bit more willing to block than you think. Yeah.
How did you feel about his hands? I didn't see that many drops.
No, they're not the best. It's not like, oh my God.
Not Michael Thomas hands, but good hands.
Exactly. No, he has good hands. But he was the most willing to block out of all the receivers. I wouldn't say he's a good blocker.
There's one guy I disagree with. There's one guy in Ole Miss who's just like, oh my goodness.
But look, man, he's a major project when it comes to being like an X receiver, like the alpha. But I think the best comp for him is Will Fuller or like a Quez Watkins. And you've seen those guys have some success and big playability, but would you do it again and pick Will Fuller? No.
No, but again, you would say no because the injuries. You wouldn't say no because when he was on, he was on.
I don't think Jalin, come on, 6 foot 176.
Yeah, I mean, it's scary. It's really scary, man. But I just like the kid a lot.
Yeah, he's going to be a weapon. It's just not enough for me. Like, it's a big discrepancy here in our list. I got Jalin Hyatt at 5. I understand he's a big weapon. Most definitely got to put him on my list. It's just, man, I wouldn't spend any sort of like big value.
I really wish I switched Jackson Smith to number 1 because I think I like him more. Mm-hmm. But if I saw him run, because I have an idea what he runs. I didn't see him run, and it kind of scares me he didn't run. Mm-hmm. That right there makes me think he's a hair slow, but I really like Jackson Smith too. I probably like him more than I like Jalin Hyatt. I have less questions about this. Yeah. But if you get this guy and he hits, he's going to hit really big.